Do you regret ever getting involved in
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old because when I did MTV Cribs, the day that I had to go show off that house, my mom and my dad told me, we're getting a divorce, but you still have to go do this. I had to go show off all the stuff my whole life that was going to be taken away from me.
Deeply disturbing allegations have now emerged about what Diddy allegedly did to Aaron Carter. And insiders say this could be the final nail in the coffin for his defense. Sources close to the courtroom reveal that Diddy's own legal team is growing increasingly convinced that their client is heading toward a devastating loss. The evidence is piling up, the pressure is intensifying, and the momentum is clearly turning against him.
Diddy. It's hard for me to truly get invested in what's happening to Liam Payne right now because I haven't gotten over what happened to Nick. Nick's brother, Aaron Carter.
Right.
A lot of people keep forgetting Aaron Carter was begging for help, begging for independent financing, begging for security.
Aaron Carter was officially reported to have died by drowning in his own bathtub back in 2022. But let's be honest, not everyone's buying it. How does a healthy man just drown at home like that? Behind the scenes, whispers have long echoed that Aaron was preparing to expose Diddy's dark freakoffs nearly 3 years ago. But just before he could go public, he was silenced, permanently. We'll dig deeper into that theory shortly. But for now, the storm is already here, because Diddy's day of reckoning has arrived. New witnesses are stepping forward, taking the stand, and delivering chilling testimony about the alleged crimes that have haunted the industry for years.
The first week of the testimony in the sex trafficking trial against Sean Combs ended with a former member of one of Combs' musical groups on the witness stand. Dawn Rashard says that she saw Combs attack Cassie Ventura in 2009. Rashard is suing Combs in federal court, accusing him of sexual assault and battery. She'll be back on the witness stand on Monday. Rashard's civil lawsuit is still pending. Does that impact how these attorneys approach her if they try to color this as some way of I guess, supporting her civil case? How does that difference impact the approach to these witnesses?
I think that can be argued either way. For instance, where the fact that Ms. Ventura's case, her civil case is already settled and the money's already been received, to me, that doesn't count against her. Perhaps it counts to her credibility because she chose to participate in the criminal trial anyway. However, where Ms. Rashard is concerned, the fact that she is participating when, frankly, a criminal conviction may harm her ability to recover. It may harm Mr. Combs' ability to have the finances, the funding to be able to pay any recovery. So there are risks either way. I just think that as people are watching, they need to remember trials involve humans, and humans are messy. So you don't have any purity tests in terms of your witness is on the stand and has never done anything wrong, or your defendant is on the stand and has never done anything right. There's a lot going on both sides, and it really is up to the jury to ferret that out as long as they are given the right facts and the proper instructions from the
Diddy is now at the epicenter of one of the most serious scandals in modern music history. Federal authorities have leveled grave accusations against him, alleging that he ran a covert operation involved in illegal, interstate transport of individuals, concealing massive amounts of cash, and abusing his fame to commit violent and manipulative acts, including the alleged assault of his ex. Now, the entire nation is watching and judging, and in just one explosive week, the courtroom has been flooded with shocking revelations. Among those who stepped forward were Diddy's own employees, including Don Richards and even Cassie's best friend, both of whom took the stand and dropped damning details that rocked the gallery. Winter v. Win, a dramatic turn. The FBI has revealed what they uncovered inside Diddy's residences, and the findings are reportedly deeply incriminating. From confidential files to possible digital evidence, federal agents are said to have collected materials that could play a crucial role in sealing the case against him. But Diddy's attorneys aren't going down without a fight. His legal team has launched an aggressive counterattack, attempting to discredit the raids, challenge the validity of the evidence, and shift the narrative before it's too late.
That John Rashard said, "You've met with government prosecutors 8 times over the last year and a half. And over the course of those 8 meetings, you've changed your story at least 4 times when it comes to multiple incidents." And Rashard acknowledged that her story has changed. And she said that it's really just about her memory, that she tried to block all of these things out, and that she's been trying to remember, and all of these meetings with prosecutors has helped her. But it was not good for her that her story has changed so many times. And then they also doubled down on the fact that she has filed her own civil suit seeking money from Combs.
Chloe, we know Cassie Ventura's former best friend is also testifying today. What has she said so far?
So her name is Carrie Gordon, and when Cassie Ventura was on the stand last week, she talked a lot about this friend of hers that witnessed a lot of the abuse, and that this was someone that she confided in. And Miss Gordon, she's already taken the stand for a few hours. Right now they're on a lunch break, and she's expected to return this afternoon. And she said, "Look, I don't really even want to be here. I was given a subpoena. I'm forced to be here to testify. I haven't spoken to Combs or Miss Ventura since 2018, and that's because Combs..."
This trial isn't just about Diddy. It's about power, corruption, and a criminal empire. This isn't just the downfall of a superstar. This is a high-stakes war between justice and unchecked power. According to federal prosecutors, Diddy didn't act alone. Authorities believe he led a covert network of operatives, helping him commit serious crimes, from drug trafficking to moving people across state lines without consent, to hiding illicit money behind a wall of fame and influence. Things escalated when federal agents raided Diddy's luxury homes in Miami and Los Angeles. What they seized was shocking. Hard drives, computers, stacks of cash, and even classified files believed to contain explosive details. This is no ordinary case. It's a full-blown federal takedown involving the FBI, IRS, and Homeland Security. The message is clear. No amount of celebrity can shield you from the truth.
Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs. Let's bring in CNN security correspondent Josh Campbell and CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson. Josh, let me start with you. What do these raids by federal agents in multiple locations tell you about the seriousness of this investigation?
Yeah, Wolf, a very significant development here, seeing this law enforcement action taking place. I'll point out, just to be clear at the outset, we don't know that Sean Diddy Combs himself is the subject or target of a federal investigation. So it's just worth pointing that out at this hour. But what we do know is that 2 properties associated with him, we saw the feds descend on those properties. We saw on aerial footage, federal agents both here in the Los Angeles area as well as in Miami at those residences. Now, the Department of Homeland Security, their what's called HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, gave CNN a statement. I'll read you part of that when asked about what this activity is. They say that earlier today, HSI New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. That is it, confirming that they are conducting what they're deeming law enforcement action, which could indicate search warrants being conducted there, could indicate arrests being conducted. We just don't know at this hour specifically what that law enforcement action is. It is worth pointing out, though, that Combs himself obviously has faced significant legal woes in recent months. I'll give you just the highlights of what actually occurred in November. He was sued for rape and abuse by a former partner. That lawsuit was then settled very quickly. But in December, he faced sexual assault allegations in a complaint filed in the Southern District of New York. The suit was brought by a woman referred to as Jane Doe, who said that she was 17 at the time when these allegations took place back in 2003.
From rumors to reality, Diddy's trial. Names Aaron Carter an explosive week. Revelation. This is no longer about whispers or internet. Theories. These are real charges being battled out in a real courtroom, with judges, lawyers, and sworn witnesses now bringing the truth to light. And some of those witnesses, they're finally starting to talk. One of the most jaw-dropping moments of week 1 came when the name Aaron Carter was unexpectedly mentioned in court. Aaron, the late pop singer who tragically passed in 2022, had previously spoken out about the dark side of the music industry. In his final months, he released videos and tweets claiming that powerful forces were trying to control him, intimidate him, and strip him of his independence. He warned the world, and now those warnings are echoing in a federal courtroom.